Albi kujdes mos bë shumë zhurmë tani se jam live. Mbrëma Ramazan, mbrëma gjithë. Sot ju kërkoj ndjes, po bisedat do të jetë vetëm gjuhën angleze. Kështu që kush di anglisht do ta shohë. Kemi online Leonardo. Hello, good evening.
Hey, my Albanian friend, how are you?
Fine. What about you?
Everything good. Everything good. If I can say good in this situation.
Yeah, good is if you don't have a virus, it's not infected. That's good.
Even if you're infected, it's nothing special, man. I know many people who is infected, but they don't feel nothing. I'm not sure that's something what they say about that, you know. I don't know.
I guess a lot of people were infected before. We knew it, but we passed it. We passed it, and we didn't feel anything.
I think all this measure, what government gave is they're too strong. You know, I don't know. I think that was unnecessary to do it like that. But who am I to say this? Because you know, nobody asked us. They did this, and nobody asked us. But I never imagined they're gonna do it to we all sit in the home, book nothing and do nothing. I think that was unnecessary. But hey, what I can do? What I can do?
And I think it's gonna last a little more. I think until June or maybe end of June.
I don't know how is in Albania.
It's supposed to be until June, until the end of June. That's why.
Yeah. I don't know how it's in Albania, but here is a little bit better now. I think they're gonna in next 2 weeks they're gonna open all shops and the school gonna start to work, and I hope everything's going normal, you know, a normal life, because this is not a normal life, and this is not good for the economy and all these things. And I'm not sure this disease is not the danger to do it such a strong measure, you know.
Mm-hmm. And I guess our gyms will be the last, not business, but the last who we're going to open the doors, because here in Albania, actually not leaving even personal training. I mean, one training, and my guys, they're all staying home because we have to apply to go out only for 1 hour and 30 minutes, and it's just one member of the family. So no one has the possibility to come and go back home, because it costs a lot of time come and going back for 1 hour and 30 minutes. No time for training.
Oh, this is a very strong measure. We don't have such a strong measure here, but also they don't give us to train in a gym many more than 1 or 2 guys. They can stick together. But anyway, we train.
Here they don't let us train at all. No.
No, they don't let us train, but you can do it alone, you know. But we go in a gym. We go one for two guys, and they train together, and we go in a wood running. But this is nothing, you know. This is like recreation. This is not real training.
Me, for example, I live. My gym is close to my house, and I go every day, and I have much more time to train myself now. You know, and I'm doing good preparation. I'm working on physically. You know, and for me it's okay.
Yeah, but listen, also for me it's okay. I train for myself, but the guys need me. They need to teach you how to train and how to use technique and strategy for a game plan for the fight. But I hope maybe this rest was good for everybody. But for economy is not good. I think a little bit people a little bit afraid now because nobody never imagined. They don't even dream about that. The
Yeah.
situation like that. Even in a bad movie, you can predict something like that. Especially in Zagreb was an earthquake. You know, it was very strong
Yeah,
earthquake,
yeah, yeah.
and that was when. Believe me, it was 6:25 in the morning, and when earthquake was, more people think, and many people think, oh, that's the end of the world, man. Because you can imagine it's happened. You know, you can
I
believe it.
we passed through it because we had the earthquake in
I remember.
November. It was
Yeah.
very hard earthquake. Mm, never feel something like this before, and I can imagine what uh, the fear and in the same time the virus.
Yeah,
That's
man, people was scared, people was afraid, and nobody couldn't believe, and that's and in that moment, all this measure was accepted because people was afraid, you know. And
mm,
but I think we have to go to live normal because maybe this measure gonna give us more problem than virus, you know, in the future. Because to stay home and work nothing few months, this is not possible to live like that.
yeah, yeah. So we have to take risk anyway. Uh,
Of course, of course.
yeah. So I have prepared some questions. I want to discuss some issues. The first one I want to ask you because the world after this virus obviously will be different. And what do you think? What are your predictions? How boxing will change, and what are your expectations about boxing after this virus? Because we are,
Albi,
I think all the time. I'm thinking about it all the time because I don't know how to prepare myself for the world
I
after
expect
virus.
I expect everybody talking about everything's going to be different, nothing's going to be same. But I don't like this. I don't like to hear this because I want to be everything's going to be same because I hope in a few months people are going to forget everything. It's not about the people; it's about the government. You know,
Yeah,
maybe
that's why.
they're gonna change. People don't want to change nothing. I don't want to change nothing. I want to live same like I lived before. I don't want to live like this, you know, over the phone, over the computer, over the online. Speak with somebody, to make training with somebody, to order things and stuff by the internet. I don't want to live like that. I want to go out. I want to speak with the people. I want to stick with the people. I want to go in the shop, you know. And I don't want to accept that. But we will see what's going to happen. The problem is about the people is they're scared, you know. They're afraid, too much afraid, and it's only about the government is if they're going to take or keep this measure keep the people in this tension. About the boxing, you know, the boxing is a special sport. I think boxing always gonna be in a people because everybody like boxing. You know, everybody likes to be in a even to watch the boxing and even the people who is in a government, who people in the every aspect of society, they like boxing. You know, most of them, 90% of the people like boxing, and they talking about the boxing gonna be or many sports gonna be without audience. You know, without the people can come inside, but that's a
There's
different.
no meaning for boxing. There's no meaning.
Yeah, yeah, and I think there's not going to happen because without big arena and without people inside, without the atmosphere of the fans of boxing, the boxing is not gonna be same. That's why I believe that thing is not going to change, you know. But I'm
Okay.
not sure
Okay.
when it's going to happen. Probably not before September, October. I think that's gonna. You
Mm-hmm.
know, my guys. You know, like you and Hervesep and Babic. They're supposed to have in March. They're supposed to have very important fights. Babic supposed to have
Yeah.
3 fights in the 2 months. Sep, uh, we supposed to fight in Milan. but Italy was
Yeah, I saw on Boxrec. Yeah, we're
yeah,
supposed to meet
and
each other.
yeah, and yeah. That's true. That's true. And they stopped it. That was very important fight for these guys, and you know, nobody couldn't predict something like that, and we couldn't believe. Few days before the fight, we still wait to they call us to go to the fight. We was ready to go, and then I was in London
Hmm.
for Olympic qualification, and I was really mad when they bring us there and they stop the Olympic qualification. It was a stupid situation, very stupid
Yeah,
situation.
I've been following.
That's
By
why.
the
That's
way,
why.
I wanted to say. Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
You can continue. You can continue. No problem.
that's why when I came home, I was very mad about that, and sometimes confused why all this happened, you know, and when they're gonna stop, when we're gonna start to live normal, and especially for the boxing, because some of the guys they leave from boxing. They only what they have is the boxing. They invest too much years in the boxing, and without boxing,
Mm.
they don't know what to do. You know, that's why I believe very soon we're gonna come back in the game.
Okay. By the way, I wanted you to ask about what do you think about amateur boxing and all the changes and issues that happened last few years. You know, last year Olympics and the, what do you think? Well, what
Listen,
about amateur boxing? Is it going in a right way or is it going in a wrong way?
no,
Amateur boxing.
amateur boxing in AIBA, the World Organization, they
Yeah.
don't know. They don't know where they go. They don't know. They do experiment because even they suspended from Olympic organization, you know, and World Organization, and they can't even organize. They don't give them to organize the World Championship and no World Championship, Olympic
Olympic
qualification.
Games. Yeah.
Yeah, Olympic qualification and Olympic Games. And I don't know what's going to happen. Now they have
I mean,
president.
is it good for boxing? Is it good? Is it new changes
Look,
or no?
yeah, it's good. It's good for boxing to change something because amateur boxing was had many mistakes, not just on the world level. In every federation, national federation, they have always some guys who want to be a main guy, who want to say what everybody have to do because they act like a kings, you know, in a boxing. They act like they know everything, and you must work what they said. Even they don't have nothing with boxing, and even they're not long in the boxing, but they have a power because of the position they take in boxing. And it was time to change this. And now they have a president from Morocco. I know this guy. He's a very nice guy. He's a president of AIBA. I hope they're going to change something. But it's not easy because the amateur boxing is East countries, you know, West country
Yeah,
from the West, and they don't invest too much in amateur boxing because there is
yeah.
no
They
money.
invest in professional boxing. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
look,
nobody
they're looking
invests.
for business. They're looking for business.
That's it. That's a business. Nobody invests in boxing. Boxing is a business. TV and the people who come to watch boxing and commercials and big companies give for the boxing if it's interesting, if you have a star in boxing. In amateur boxing, you don't have nothing. You know, you have in east part of Europe or world, the country give and government give a money for a federation to be. That's why the amateur boxing is strong in East countries. Only
Yes,
England
yes.
invest, France, something little bit Italy. All the West countries they don't give nothing except the East part of the world, and that's why it's not easy to be competitive in a amateur boxing, especially for us for the small
Mhm.
countries. We don't have nothing even in professional in amateur boxing. We don't invest that much and especially if you're not good with the president of federation, you don't have a chance, and that's not
Yeah.
fair. You know, that's not fair. That's why it was time to change something. But I'm not sure how it's going to be in the future and what's going to happen. I always thinking about better time and is something's going to be good for boxing. But they start with WSB, you know, World Series Boxing, and APB, they start very good, but that was cheap, you know.
They wanted to change boxing like in something they can sell, they can make it profitable, like professional boxing. But there is no meaning amateur or professional now. It's the same. They want to make the same thing.
Listen, doesn't matter. They did a good thing, but finally they just want to take the money, nothing else. They didn't want to invest. You know, every country in WSB have, if they want to be in WSB, they need to invest, excuse me, $500,000 just to be in WSB, and they spend a few more $100,000. Some of the countries a few $1 million a year. I was working for Paris United, you know, for France 2 years, 3 years for Kazakhstan, Astana Arlans, and we was 2 years champions with Astana, 1 year with France, and I know they invest a lot of money, but IBA who organized this, instead to organize the final in Las Vegas, in New York, in London, they organize fight in the countries and the towns that nobody knows where is this, you know, just to not spend that much money. And then I know it, they're going to ruin all this project, and that's happened. You know, 5 years of project work and it's going down, and they fell in everything. They start good and they fell, and now amateur boxing have to start from the beginning, you know. And I'm not sure in the future amateur boxing gonna be on a high level, because everybody wants to do just a business, you know. Amateur boxing is not a business, and nobody cares for the guys in a shirt fight and fight for the country, blue and red, you know. Nobody cares for that. People want to see professional boxers. People want to see big stars, you know, like Mayweather, like Joshua, like all these guys. In amateur boxing, nobody's a star, you know. Nobody. No. And if you want to be a good amateur boxer, you have to be 20 years in a boxing. And in some country you can live from amateur boxing, but most of the country it's not possible. It's not possible to live from amateur boxing. And my fighters go with 20, 30 fights in a big event like World Championship, Olympic Games, from Cuba or from Russia or from Uzbekistan.
300.
The people come from 200, 300 fights. How is possible to beat him, you know? And that's why, yeah, you can't stay so long in amateur boxing. That's why it's not possible to make a big result, to be a star or something like that. That's why the future is professional boxing. But I have always have these kids, you know, I always gonna stay in amateur boxing too, but professional boxing is future for everybody.
Yeah, because amateur boxing is the basic thing, so you have to gain some experience in amateurs so you can be successful in professional. So otherwise you are not going to be successful in professional without amateur boxing. It's very important. Listen,
the best professional boxers, or the best boxers in the history, they wasn't good amateur boxers. You know, except Muhammad.
Yeah, but they had experience in amateurs.
Yes, but for example, Canelo Alvarez, he go in professional boxing when he was 16 years old. Yeah. And some of the guys, you know, Julio Cesar Chavez or something like that. Some of the guys, especially from Mexico, there was never amateur boxers. You know, I like to kids start with amateur boxing, but it's not necessary. You know, you can start with professional boxing in some countries. In some countries, that's not possible. It depends. Which occasion you have around you in the boxing. But for South America, for
it depends from the market.
Yes,
it depends from the market.
Yeah, of course. but you see what's happening in professional boxing too. That was like never before. You have to pay alone for your fight. You know, nobody want to pay for a fight before you be a star, before TV want to broadcast you, before sponsor wants you, but nobody wants you because you're not popular. When you're popular, it's not a problem, but how to get there? You need 10 years to get there. You know, you need to beat the big guys, and it's really became difficult to be a professional top athlete in boxing. You know,
you have to be professional not only in boxing, but you need to be professional in marketing and social media everywhere. You have to work in all aspects.
Yeah, but you know, the problem is it's look like you can't be a normal anymore. You have to be something special, do something crazy, do something what nobody did to be in a media, you know. And people do many sports try to find something how to get in a social media to have many followers, you know, to be famous. And more is not much with the boxing, is more with something what you do in your life, and that's why that's not good. It's go away from the sport, you know. And the people like you see people from MMA, you know, and they do many shitty things to get on a top, to get on a TV. You know, boxing is not like that.
They are not real. They are not real. They're something fake. Everywhere,
they act, you know, and this is not good for the sport. But today nobody asks you what is good. They ask you, are you popular? Are you going to bring the many people in arena? Our TV is interesting for you? And that's why they do sometimes some bad things just to pay attention. The people pay attention on that.
And do you agree that professional boxers can still fight in amateurs? I don't have a clear information about this issue, who can fight, how long they can fight, but I've been seeing a lot of professional fighters, good ranked in professional, fighting in world championship, amateur world championships. Is this something normal? You agree with it, or?
Listen, it's natural.
It's up on these boxers.
Listen, it's natural. Listen, boxing is boxing. If professional boxing, I don't understand what AIBA want to do, because in the meantime they didn't give you to have nothing with professional boxing, and then they change. Now, before you have to shave, you have to be nice, clean. Now you can have beard. No, you know, they don't know what to do. Before they have Hamlet, you know, now they fight without that. They didn't know what to do. They give now professional bandage, you know, hand wrap. Before they didn't have, you know, they start to do something to amateur boxing became popular. But that's mean there is not many experienced or smart people who know what they do. For me, anyway, even if they give to professional boxers come in amateur boxing, never gonna bring big guys and very popular guys and very rich guys or world champions. They're not gonna bring him in amateur boxing
because promoters will not accept.
No, why? If you have millions and if you are star, why to come 3 rounds to fight and some referee, stupid judge is gonna take your fight and you're gonna be shamed and embarrassed with all over the world? You lose from the amateur boxers and you're a world champion. Who gonna do this? Why? Who cares for the...
Yeah, but there are still boxers, professional boxers fighting, but they are from the east, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan fighting.
Yeah, but this fighter is another big stars in a professional boxing. They just start in professional boxing. Soon as they fight for the world title, and soon as they make a big money, they're never gonna come back. Because the government can give him money. Maybe in Uzbekistan, maybe in Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, they can give him money. But the guys, when they feel the life in the United States, when they feel a good life, they become a big star all over the world. They're never coming back in amateur boxing, to fight 3 rounds, you know, and to maybe they give solution to somebody to make career on his name, to beat him in the 3 rounds, because you can beat everybody in 3 rounds. Many world champions can lose the fight in amateur boxing right now, because in amateur boxing there is many very good amateur boxing, and in 3 rounds you can lose. Everybody can lose. All the world champion now in a professional boxing can come in amateur boxing. They can lose the fight. Who want this? Nobody. You know.
Yeah.
People want to see this, but who's gonna pay this? Because the professional boxer without money, they're not gonna come. Just to improve something. What? For a medal? Who cares for the medal? Nobody cares anymore for that. That's why even if you give professional boxing to come, that's gonna be beginner or the guys who already lose a career or they don't have nothing. They didn't do professional boxing. That's some natural moves or survivals in sport, and you don't need to do nothing special. You just leave. They're gonna come and they're gonna decide is they gonna come to risk something or special. It's happened. I saw the many professional boxers from other countries whereas boxing is not that popular and they don't have not much boxers, amateur good boxers. They came on national championship. They couldn't win on national championship. Believe me, that's how they gonna go? How they gonna win on Europe or world champion or Olympic games? Nah.
Right. Okay, I want to get back on you as a personality, a good personality, a famous personality in boxing, in the boxing community. And I had the opportunity to meet you, to work with you for a couple of days with my team. And I think you are very professional on your job and a wise man. So I want you to ask, to let us know how many Olympics, world and European medals did you achieve as trainer, as coach?
Not enough. Not enough.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, but in a country, we were speaking about small countries that cannot achieve bigger results. And in a country as Croatia, I think you did a lot of, you get a lot of successes. That's why I'm asking. I'm not saying, because you have to be a very special personality to achieve these results in countries like Croatia, Albania, or countries like this. That's why.
Listen, I'm interesting for you and for Albanian people because my parents came from Kosovo. And
yeah, I know.
yes, and I have this blood from South, you know. But and we like boxing. We like to fight, you know. We are fighting nation. But I don't know. Many medals I have. I was the first one who have a Europe championship, Europe gold medal, world champion gold medal in a junior, and in a Europe champion in a senior in elite fighting. This is since Mate Parlov in 42 years nobody was Europe champion. My guy was.
So,
and many medals from and a medal from Olympic game, also bronze medal. But you know, I don't thinking about that, you know. And my guys fight for a world title in professional boxing too. My fight against Joe Calzaghe. This was 1998, you know. And my female fighter from England, she was a WIBF world champion. But you know, I don't thinking about the medal much. You know, I like to make medal, but what is not a gold medal for me is not a medal, you know. And after that, when I make gold medal, I'm disappointed because after I'm happy few hours, and after that said, what now? What I can do now, you know? And I enjoy the process of making a medals process. And when I get that, I'm disappointed because that's what I
want more and more.
Yeah, I have to pay because I have to start again, you know, and it's not easy to start again, you know. That's why I like professional boxing. Professional boxing is more interesting, and process is more interesting. Even it's really cruel now because it's really not easy to be professional boxing, to get to the top from the country like Croatia, you know, small country, just 4.5 million people, and we don't have such a rich TV or people who can pay this, you know. But that's why
we're all looking for big promoters outside of our country. So someone of our guys will promote boxing in our country. I mean, if you have a top fighter who's fighting for matchroom boxing and he's gonna be a world champion, so they promote the boxing in your country. That's how it starts, I think.
Yeah, I have some guys now, and Babic fight for a matchroom. My ex-fighter fight for a matchroom. My Hrvoje Sepp now supposed to sign the contract with Italian promoter who work with matchroom, and it's really not easy to get there. That's why you need world champion, amateur or Olympic medal. That's why we stay in Olympic boxing. But anyway, it's not easy. It's easier to be a world champion in professional boxing than to be a world champion in amateur boxing. But I tell you, listen, I don't thinking about the medals and the titles. I just want to wake up every morning and say, hey, I love boxing and I'm happy to work in boxing. And that's only what you need to do. Because if you're thinking about the medals, you never get there. And you're going to be always disappointed. Hey, when it's gonna happen? When am I gonna do this? You know? And when you do this, you're gonna see, this is nothing special. It's not easy to get there, but when you get there, hey, I just want to come back in the gym and work again. Nothing's happened, you know.
Yeah, I'm struggling on it because I'm struggling a lot to promote professional boxing, as you know, lady. And yes, one of my guys who were in your club that time. He's now fighting for the Italian company, as you said. And so that's why I think we're going to meet a lot of times in the future, because they're going to fight in the same cards. My boxer and your boxers, they're going to fight in the same card, I think.
Listen, I want to say something about you, because it's not easy to speak for yourself. It's better to somebody else speak. And I want to say, when you came in my gym and so far away, you travel so far away with your guys. That was very brave, and you invest money. And I saw in you, I saw what I was when I started, when I was young, and I think I am still young, but when I was like you 20 years ago, and you're a fanatic for a boxing, and that's the only way. When you have a passion and when you give everything you got in this, you have to success, you know. But you already success when you do something what you really like. Don't think about the success is a title fight or medal. Success is the process. What you do. If you enjoy, you're gonna get to the top. And it's very important to have a people in your country who gonna help you to do it, because you're really ready to give everything you got. And that's what I like. That's why I saw in your guys are very good fighters, and just they need a chance, and they're gonna show, and they're gonna get to the fight for the title. And I really believe in that.
Thank you. I have no doubt. Yes, I have some friends helping, because it's impossible to do it alone. But I mean, I'm the one who is pushing all and leading all these movements, and this live connection with me and you, it's part of this movement. So I mean, I think every time, every minute, every second, I think about boxing, how to develop it, how to promote it, some new ideas all the time. And this is part of my ideas, to speak with personalities and people around. And I want you to thank once again, because we gained a lot of experience and confidence when we came in, after we came back from Zagreb, because of you, because we learned a lot of things. But in the same time, uh, we we understood that we are making a lot of right things. You know, we learned a lot, but we knew that we are doing a lot of right things on our way. But anyway, I have some more questions.
Listen, I want to tell you. Listen, I want to tell you something about that. When I go in United States, you know, I was United States 5 years. You know, I worked for Dunking 5 years. People ask me what you learned there. I said I didn't go to learn there. I go to see, is this what I do? Is this right? You know, same. You came to me. You couldn't learn for a short time. It was just a situation. To you came there and see, okay, that's what I work is good or not good, because you have to be the guy who take all this pressure on your back, and then people around you are gonna help you. But you have to know what to do and what you're doing in a boxing, and all the knowledge. Even if you learn on the side, you have to know inside what you do. You know, you have to be the guy who gonna know how to use all these things what you see on the around. But you never can see everything. You know, you never can learn everything. You have to be the guy who creates all the knowledge, you know, in a boxing, because for your guys is a different situation than for other guys. You have to know how to deal with them, with the mentality, with the situation, how they live, and what they want, what they really want in a boxing. Because I know it's really not easy to be trainer, especially you. You still fight?
Yeah, still fighting. That's all the problem. That's why it's not easy. But I'm happy because I'm not alone. I work with my brother. He was an ex-boxer, and he's the main, I mean, the head coach of our team. But I'm more supposed with connections, working in promoting and everything. But my brother is all time working there in the gym, and we are two brothers, so that's easier than, for example, when you are alone. You have passed through it alone or with other coaches, your friend. But I've been in this sport from the beginning with my brother. We have been both boxers, fighting all time, going together. So we have a strong connection with each other, and that's easier. But that's easier for me to make big steps. I mean, it's not easy, but to make big steps, I have a big support, and so that's why I'm not alone. But I can say I'm leading this movement, but I'm not alone.
Yeah, of course. And you're blessed. You can work with your brother and the people who you trust. And but it's not possible to stay alone. But it's really difficult to be a fighter and a promoter and a marketing manager and a manager and a fighter. All these things is really not easy. It's really I really congratulations to you for that. But now you have energy. You're young and perspective, but it's really not easy.
Yeah, as you said, now you have to be special, and I try to be special. So there is no way, no other way. You have to be special. You have to make a lot of things, and that's why I'm risking. I mean, I'm risking my 18 years of training of boxing. I'm risking on it, but I think it's gonna be okay. Okay, and I'm doing what I love, and I will do all my life. That's why for me it's okay. I love this. And I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Soon as you feel you do the right thing, just do it. You know, don't thinking about it. Don't doubt. Don't thinking about it. Maybe it's not good. Maybe just go straight and do it. As soon as you think you're right.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about main things boxer can consider different in their preparation when you turn professional. That's something now we speak about methodics and training. I mean, what are the main things the boxers have to consider different in preparation when you turn a pro?
Listen, you always have to leave the boxes. What I do with my guys, I let them go to they feel what they need, you know. not what I want today. They need what they need really, and I have to listen always how they breathe, you know, and how they feel, you know, every day, and I have to be sure they are satisfied after every training, every week, every month, you know. And the only way they how to progress in a boxing, only if the boxer is very satisfied with that. That's why you have to watch him, you know. You have to be always around them, and you have to listen how they, not what they say, not what they say. You have to listen to his body language, you know, because with the body language you're gonna know, is he like more to spar, is he like more to do it on technique, on is he like to do it 2 times a day, 1 time a day. It's really difficult to make the program for because this is individual sport. For me, every sport is individual. Every sport is individual. Even soccer or basketball. This is always about individual strategy. Only strategy is or game plan for the fight is different. But in an individual sport like boxing, is individual training, is individual approach to the fighter, to the man, and to his individuality and character, what he got in his mind, you know. And that's why don't push him over. That was before, many years ago. They always said, "Oh, go 1 more round, go 1 more training, and 1 more punch." It's not like that anymore. The people change, and the demand change, and generation change. You know.
I cannot hear you. Wait, the connection is not good. Just a moment. Yeah, now it's okay. It's okay.
Now it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the last you hear?
Yeah, you have to feel the boxer. What? So
yeah. Listen. Because all of them individual for themselves, and especially when the guys for a long time in the boxing, for maybe 10 years, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, you need to have approach individually, and to give him a different training for different person, for different situation, for different fight, you know. And especially boxing is a technical sport. Many guys are not feeling well, and they don't feel well prepared after the fight. They said, "Oh, I have to train more, I have to work more." This is not true. This is not true. You have to be technically good, better, and better strategy for the fight, mentally better, not just to run more and lift weights and punch more. It's not about that. It's not about wasting energy. It's about to be smarter, you know, and to do less and to have more from that, you know. No, don't push over training, you know. Don't push the guys over the limit.
Just being effective.
That's it.
Try to be effective.
Try to be effective, and that's the only way how they're going to progress in boxing, you know.
Yeah, I agree with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen. In theory, it's easy it's easy in theory, theoretically, but practically, it's very hard to put this in the gym, you know, and to put
I know
every guy in every body to put really right what they need. That's why you need trainer.
As I feel, it's difficult to change the mindset, you know, because people think the boxer think that as much he works, as better he's gonna be. And when you try to explain him that it's not working like this, he doesn't believe in it. And if you don't believe in it, you cannot achieve it. So that's why it needs time to make him understand that you have to work smart and be effective. It's not a matter of muscles and running and train hours in training. That's why sometimes it's difficult in practice, because boxers don't understand it, and if they don't understand it, they cannot believe it.
Listen,
and they cannot act like this if they don't believe it.
that's a main question. That's the main question, because you know now they have approach to many information on YouTube, and they can see how most of the guys train and champions train, but that's not true, you know. And that's the only highlights, and that's the best. They take the best for the training, just for the marketing, and just for the people see how hard they work. You know, they are superhuman, and they do super exercise. That's not true. Believe me. I spoke with Vladimir Klitschko, you know, and I was happy because I spoke with him. After one training, we prepared together for when he's supposed to fight against Tyson Fury, and the fight was cancelled. Tyson Fury was injured
with the topping.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Injured. Yeah, the first time. And I spoke with him after that. And my fighter want to know how long, how many he train every day, how many he run, he lift, do it in a gym, power and training. He said, I don't do it anymore. Last 7-8 years, I don't run, I don't do nothing. I said, oh, that's what I like to hear this. Because I told my guys, you're not going to prepare for boxing if you're running much. When you hear somebody who is swimmer, he said, oh, I'm not prepared, I can't swim good because I didn't run enough. Or the guys who drive cycling, he never said, oh, I didn't lift too much in the gym, or I didn't running too much, because that's why I'm not prepared for the cycling. Because you can see now many sports and many people on YouTube, and you see the different exercise, and it looks very nice, and you think you're going to be prepared well with that. And this is a trap where every boxer comes, because when they see this, they say, oh, I didn't do this exercise. Oh, this is new exercise. Maybe I'm going to be better, but he never going to be better. He just wasted time, wasted time and energy, you know. And that's why it's not easy to bring him in to respect you as a trainer and as an advisor. That's why 20, 30, 40 years ago, they respect more their trainer in the gym than now, because now everybody's a trainer, you know, because it's very easy. He learned from YouTube and he came to the gym. If he can speak good, he can pronounce good, you know, he can advise you good, and you can believe him, you can trust him. The boxers, he think he gonna find the solution somewhere else, but solution in his body inside. No, outside, you know. And he gotta be mentally strong, and he gotta believe, he gotta trust you, and then it's easy to, and then it's the only way to possible to make a result, you know, to go to the top. But he's afraid. He got one career sometimes is short, and he thinks somebody else have a formula how he get a champion, because everybody lie today. Everybody can want to bring the listen, I do it sometimes 10 years, 15 years with the boxers. And I always tell him the truth, because I can't lie. I'm like a father. He was a kid when he came to me. And they don't like to hear the truth. They like to somebody lie him, because they like sweet words and the way to show him how he's gonna be a champion. When he came to me, I said, there is no easy way to be a champion, man. You got to work. You got to live 24 hours. But there is many guys who said, hey, I know how you're going to be a champion. You know, he have nice suit, golden watch. He got money, and he got the pictures with many promoters. And he said, I know the way. Don't worry. I bring you there, and you're going to be a champion. We give you easy fight, blah, blah, blah. That's a bullshit, you know, especially with the guys who, you know, it's easy to work with a guy when I make him 10 years and when I bring him to some level, and now it's easy to work with him. But take the kid, take the 10, 12 years old kid and start to work with him. But all the people think there is a solution somewhere else, but there is no solution, man. A solution is you have to learn your trainer, your whole team, and live like top athlete, and everything is in you, you know. But we can't change this, you know. We can't change this now. I don't fight anymore. I don't fight anymore. I say to guys, If you want to listen to me, stay with me. If you're not, just go away. Don't worry, no problem. Just go away. Try your luck somewhere else. I don't care anymore. You know, before I was, you know, young and I was temperament, you know, my temper was, you know, I want to explain him. The people gonna lie in there. It's not that easy, but not anymore. I don't want to waste my energy, you know. It's very simple. If you want to be a champion, you have to work, you know. You have to be 24 hours in boxing.
Yeah, of course. As you said, I'm doing a lot of things, and what I mean about my career, I'm 6-0, and I'm good ranked in Boxrec, and I'm trying to make 2-3 more fights. Then I'm looking for big fights. You know, this year I wanted to look forward for big fights. I mean, after this year, I wanted to fight in big arenas, you know, 8-0 or 9-0. Then you can go for big fights. UK, America, and I was prepared for it, you know. And what was in my mind, it was because I cannot train myself or train here and work with the guys and everything, train the others. It's impossible to prepare for a big fight. And I was looking all the options for myself, where I can train and where I can get prepared for this big fight. And of course, the person I wanted to come and train, it was you, because we know already each other, and you are not far away. You know, I had not to take the airplane and fly England or Germany, you know. So that's my question. Would you accept me to train with you or someone of my boxers for an important fight? I mean, important fight, of course.
Listen,
I take the fight contract. We deal about everything, but
you know, it means
I'm looking forward.
If it means very simple, you have to come in my gym, beat my guys, and no problem, we're gonna work together.
Okay. No, I mean,
listen, I don't have a magic stick just to touch you and you're gonna be a champion. It's not that easy, you know. You know, it's a work of many years. And if you're not, I have to be honest with you. If you're not good enough to be a champion, I have to tell you this. But if you're good,
yeah,
you think you're good, okay, I have your weight. What is your weight? Welterweight?
No, actually I'm fighting on middleweight, but in big fights I fight in super welterweight.
Super welterweight. I have the guys.
Super.
I have the amateur guys. You have to beat him. If you beat him, you're welcome. I'm gonna be a trainer. It's very easy.
No, I'm not coming to beat them. I'm coming to prepare for big fights. You know, I'm in a training camp.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Preparing is imagination in our head. When you come to the big fights, you want to win. You're preparing because you want to win. You didn't prepare just because you want to fight and lose or something. You want to prepare to win.
Of course, I want to come to prepare to win. That's what I mean.
Listen,
and so to win, I need to find a coach. I cannot train in my home.
Yes, but
I have to go somewhere.
Yeah, it's not that easy because it's a lot of many years to work to be that good. You think the Freddie Roach or all these big guys they teach something, these guys? No, they already come like a finished boxer. They never made the boxer. It's not problem it's not problem to train now Canelo and to make him a champion. But that was 10, 15 years ago. It was a big problem, you know. And now. You know how my guys signed the contract? You know Alan Babic, how he signed the contract? He came to Dillian White camp and he beat the guys there and he beat him in the sparring. It's the only way. That's why I tell you, you want to work with me? No problem. Beat my guys or beat somebody in the sparring. How Sepp come to the Butterbiev. And Butterbiev in Canada said, I never had a sparring, such a hard sparring like this time. And that's the way how to sign the contract, and that's the way how to. Otherwise, we can stay friends. You know, I like you because you're a nice guy and you like boxing. But if you want to work with me, you have to beat somebody.
No, that's not. You didn't understand me. I mean, you know, when you prepare for a fight, for a big fight. This big fight has some money. I don't think big money, but there are some money, and this part of this money you have to spend on the preparation for this fight. 10 rounds, 12 rounds, you know. So part of this money I'm gonna spend on the preparation for my fight, and this preparation I want to make it with you in your club. So you to train me to beat the opponent there in America, in USA or UK, not the opponent inside in your gym. You know, I don't want to sign any contract.
I have two questions. The first question is, do you have so much money? Because I'm very expensive. Second question, just kidding. To beat other guy in America and UK, you must first beat my guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna listen to me. You're welcome in my gym anytime. You know that. You and your kids, your guys. But to work with you, but just be work with you. You gotta go to some process, you know, because I know many guys in Europe who want to come to work with me, but I said, I'm sorry guys, I don't have that much time, because to get you to the top or something, you need more 1, 2, 3 years. They don't have time for that, you know, because
yeah, of course.
Because I have this individual sport. I work individually with all these guys. You know how many guys I have in my gym, you know, maybe 10 good guys, 15 guys. It's not easy to work. I'm the only one who is a trainer there, you know, it's not easy. And I really don't have a time. But you're welcome. And if you can really fight with these guys, this is the level from which we can start to work, to go in Europe and world to fight with somebody. I don't work this for the money. You know, I just kidding, but I don't work this to, okay, Albi, you can fight, we're gonna make some money, but I'm not sure we can do something else. I don't do it this. I can train you just if I think you can be a champion.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to be a champion, you gotta beat everybody in your division. Especially in my gym, who is amateur boxers, or in my gym who is nothing special, you know, they're not the world champions. In your weight, I don't have. You know, my son is a junior welter.
Yeah.
Junior welter, you gotta beat him because he got 30, 40 amateur fights. He's only Croatian champion. If you can't beat him, how are you gonna beat somebody in the top 10? You understand what I mean?
No, I'm not looking actually first big fight, not in top 10. You know.
Of course, no. I'm talking about, but you in next 2 years, or 1.5 years, you wanna go.
I'm going to accept fights which when I see the possibility to win. You know.
No, yes, but nobody gonna give you the good fights. Nobody in UK, for example, nobody give you 2 fights to win there. They want to be sure that you're going to lose.
Yeah, that's how you can surprise people. I understand that you are the underdog. Of course, there is an underdog, but there always a possible chance to win. I understand. That's all. That's all. The main thing, to surprise someone. You know.
You know, the only guy who lucky.
You go as an underdog.
Yeah,
I'm not part of any big promoter there, then that's why.
You know who is only the guy who is lucky and do it career like that was Zlaticanin from Montenegro. You know him?
Yeah, Montenegro.
These guys go in UK to lose. They think they're gonna lose, and he knocked out the guy, and he knocked out one more guy in United States, and he became a world champion. But this is the 1 in a million.
Yeah, I'm not pretending to be a world champion. I'm not pretending to be a world champion. There are a lot of.
The problem is I'm the trainer.
Kind of title that's gonna, you know, I'm not pretending to be a world champion. I'm pretending to beat someone. Then I can pretend for the world champion. You know, to pass the first step. I'm not pretending to be a world champion. I don't think anyone said I am a world champion. I will be a world champion. They. In the process, they win, beat someone. They say, yeah, now I can be a world champion. That's how I think.
I'll be very simple. Come to my gym and let's start.
Let's hope. Let's wait for the moment.
Yeah, we have to start somehow. The first start is come in the ring in my gym and go sparring with the guys. And then after the sparring, I can show you. Listen, for this we need 6 months, 1 year, or never, or what I tell you everything. You know this. You are.
Okay. So now the connection